Welcome to this week's Good News Report. I am Tim Denniston. As we get started, a reminder, we want to share your good news, your big news, your small news, your personal news. We want to celebrate it. We want to share it. So email your good news to us at goodnews@claychurch.com. goodnews@claychurch.com. All right, let's get started. A new study published in the Journal of Environmental Psychology, my favorite magazine, as I'm sure it is yours, found that people with a stronger connection to nature had better well-being. Overall, people with relationship to nature reported higher life satisfaction, more hope and optimism, and a greater sense of purpose. Perhaps a walk outside is in the cards today. Spring is here, and to help us celebrate, we turn to the animals of the San Diego Zoo for inspiration. Let's leap for joy, shall we? Jumping for joy, that's always fun, right? That's good news. Closer to home, the Clay Church Food Pantry served 249 families this week. And a $12,000 grant at the United Way will keep the DoorDash Pantry Delivery Project. Now, that's what sends food each week to those who are shut in. That $12,000 grant is funded for another year. So that is good news. Hey, in case you missed it, the South Bend Tribune published an article this week about Clay Church member Martha Erickson, highlighting her faith story and her volunteer efforts. Way to go, Martha, for setting an example of following Jesus and loving others. After a 2-year wait for an open spot, 12-year-old Eva Wagner, granddaughter of Clay members Doug and Sydney Liggett, recently made the Raleigh, North Carolina Special Olympics swim team. At her first event, yes, she won medals for first in her division for the 50-yard freestyle and the 100-yard relay, and second in her division in the 25-yard freestyle. But Eva didn't just swim for victory. She stopped a few times to connect with her crowd, waving and calling out, "Hi, Grandma, hi, Papa," along the way. A trait her grandparents say is joyful and frustrating and adorable all at the same time, right? Now a segment we're calling Good News in the Day Today. Good news, my daughter and son-in-law, with help from my grandson, built a pergola for me beside my perennial garden, enhancing my yard. I am blessed with a caring family. That's good news from Peggy Henderson. Good news, 4 Stephen leaders from Clay Church, Mary, Martha, Linda, and Janet. If I'm not mistaken, those are the same ladies who were at the tomb Easter morning. Not sure about Janet, though. Attended a Stephen Ministry Conference in Indianapolis with increased knowledge. They headed home blessed and refreshed. Praise God. That's good news from Martha Erickson. Good news. The snow removal people sent an invoice that said it was the last snow removal invoice of the season. Thanks be to God. That's Director of Operations Scott Young, and probably all of us in that one, I would think. The next generation of church leadership is here and ready to lead with the support of a new leadership initiative of our Clay Church Firehouse Youth Ministries and the guidance of ministry volunteer Tiffany Gillespie. Youth and Clay Church member Clara Evans delivered a message during youth worship last week on what good news means to her. Yes? And when asked if she dressed in the color palette of Pastor Lucas on purpose, she said yes. Yes, she did. And our final story today happened this week in the rural community of Wayland, Iowa, as reported by WQAD. A storm hit during a local soccer game at Waco Junior High School. Clayton Lloyd, a 5th grader, was watching the game from the sideline while on crutches from a previous injury. The storm blew in fast, picking up a grain bin and hurtling it toward the playing field. Seeing the danger, a Danville player of the opposing team jumped into action. He grabbed Clayton's crutches, threw Clayton over his shoulder, and carried him to safety. Clayton's mom, Summer, said that the moment made her emotional. For a child to be helping another child like that, I think it's just amazing, she said. Some people wouldn't have the guts to stop and take time for somebody else, and he did. So that's taking time to care for others, and that is good news. A reminder, if you have good news, something going on in your life, goodnews@claychurch.com. Until next week, let's keep sharing the good news.